Okay, so this is the last example on the sheet, and all it is identifying what the variables are and what the parameters are. So what's the constant rate of change, or the CROC, and what's the starting value. So the dependent variable is always the variable that is by itself on the left-hand side of the equation. So this will be, I'll do these ones. This is C, this one's A, and this one's T. And then the independent variable is always the variable that's on the other side of the equation that has to have stuff done to it. That's the one that you get to pick the value, and then you do all the calculations to it to get what the dependent variable is. So in this case, this one's going to be N, this one's going to be T, and this one's also going to be T. Okay, the constant rate of change, I'm just going to erase those. Okay, the constant rate of change is the number that is attached to the variable. So back here, the constant rate of change was negative 88. There it's negative 88. Question before that, constant rate of change was 2 cents per minute. Here it was $75 per car. So that's the letter that is attached to the variable. Sorry, the number that is attached to the variable. It does not include the variable. So here the constant rate of change is simply 2.5. It's not 2.5n, it's just 2.5. For the next one, that would be 200. So the rate is whatever, 200 something. I don't know. I don't know what the A and the T stand for, so I can't tell you what the units are. In the last one, the number that is attached to the variable is the 20, but don't forget the minus sign, because it's showing you that whatever that independent variable is, it's decreasing by 20 every time. And then the starting value is the number that has no variable attached to it. So in the first one, the starting value is going to be 300. In the third one, there is no number that isn't attached to a variable, so the starting value is going to be 0. It doesn't mean that there is no starting value, it just means that the starting value is 0. And then for the last one, the number that has no variable attached to it is the number 450. Okay, so then for the other three, you have to take what variables they give you and what values they give you and write the equation. So the dependent, all of these are going to start out with the dependent variable. So for the first one, it's going to start out with D. D equals. The next one's going to be Y equals. The next one's going to be H equals. I have to erase that. Okay. Now, what I usually like to do is I like to start with the starting value every time. I don't always start with the constant rate of change. I like to start with the starting value. So for the first one that we have to do here, the starting value is 500. And then the constant rate of change is negative 80. So that's going to be minus 80, and the independent variable is T. So for the next one, the starting value is 20. The constant rate of change is 5, so that's plus 5x. It's almost like you work backwards. You go from 20 and then you write the 5 and then you write the x. So here the next one is 675, and then it's a plus 45, so because it doesn't say minus, so plus 45n, and that's those three. Okay, so that's it for that question. So your job is to complete the rest of these questions. I will have solutions ready for you. I'll make up full solutions for all the questions. Not video solutions unless you want them, but I will do written solutions for you. Okay, so good luck with that homework.